Bridget Bartlett here. I am the president of visionmarketinganddesign.com. And today I am actually going to talk to you about how to create a professional email address. Okay, so I've done trainings before on how to create it, but I want to talk about more than just the creation, how to create it, how to, add your email signature, how to combine multiple email addresses in one account. So we're going to talk about, excuse me, we're going to talk about all of those things. But first, if this is your first time joining us, I want to show you around my training program. I teach entrepreneurs just like yourself how to monetize your purpose with digital marketing and business automation. So I teach digital marketing Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do have a training program that is totally free. And I'm going to show you all of the resources that I have available before we dive into today's training. I also want to say hello to everyone who's joining us. Separate or like a second note here. So Facebook is being weird to me again. They do not like me at all. So I'm going more and more off of Facebook. So if you usually watch me on Facebook, you may definitely want to get logged into the training because one day you just may never see me on Facebook. You can always catch me on YouTube. They seem to like me much, much better than Facebook does, but definitely YouTube or my training program. Okay, so the only place that I monitor questions is inside my training program. So let me go ahead and show you all the resources I have available so we can get into today's training. Okay, so this is my website, visionmarketinganddesign.com. If you are not a member, all you need to do is go up here to apply or log in. And you do need to have access to the Builder All tools. That's the only thing that you need to have to be successful in the program, but it's the main tool that we use because it has 40 tools in one. So you can go ahead and get your 30-day trial here for just $1. Once you have a Builder All account, you can go ahead and register in here. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And as soon as you log in, you'll see the live webinar page. So all you need to do is enter your name here and join the webinar. So I see that Alfredo is here. Hello, Alfredo. Maria's here. Let's see. Maria says, so excited to be here. Facebook sucks. I totally agree. They probably will ban me just because I said they suck too. So we may both be banned, Maria. On Fridays, we do the live Q&A. So at our normal time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can just click here to join the Zoom if it's on Friday. If you guys are interested in the RPM, definitely click here and join. The RPM, I told you, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow, but I actually did a case study for the RPM to see, what are the actual traffic. I'm going to give you some tips if you are a member or want to join, some things that I know will help you get better success that definitely helped me. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow, but part of the reason for us talking about emails is because that is a very important part because it's based kind of on solo ads and or it's more efficient with solo ads. So I definitely want to talk to you a little bit about solo ads and how to maximize your ad spend if you are running those, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. If you have not yet seen, definitely go ahead and click here and get the agency website template. This is completely done for you with copy and everything. It's ready for you to go. It also has a promo video that you can customize. It's all built on Canva. Of course, the website template is built on Builderall. So all you need to do is transfer to your account. And then, of course, you can just make a few edits to the video. It's super easy. Definitely check that out there. It's 50% off right now. So I am not quite sure when that's going to change. So definitely take advantage of that. Also, you can get access of the lead system. So with us being your trusted team to outsource to, having the agency website as your main website connected to all your social media, your Google My Business, and all of that is really important to position yourself as an agency. But when you are doing lead generation and trying to, you're prospecting for clients, you want to use something like the lead system because you want to offer them some sort of value to get them to book the appointment. Okay. So two different ways of getting leads, but both very important. Okay. So, like I said, we are live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is go to visualmarketinganddesign.com and then log into your account. If you want access to any of the replays, you just click replays there and you'll see our e-learning here. It's all divided by category. I also had a training, we walked through all the steps of creating that agency website. So whether you bought it or you just want to create your own, definitely check that training out there because we literally walk through the entire process. There's also other training in here that you can benefit from. Of course, like I said, organized by category. And if you've missed any of the training, you want to check out the most recent replays, you can do that on our Telegram channel or my YouTube channel. And I also have this Get Started guide here. I actually just updated it. So if you want access to the links, this is just an easier way to do that. Also, any of the courses here, and the courses are totally free. I also have the agency lead system here and the website here. So if you wanted to get more info and check that out, you can. Any of the courses, of course, I have here. All you have to do, like I said, you're a free member and all of these courses are free. And a lot of them have website templates and workbooks and lots of things. So a lot of value in here. This is worth thousands of dollars. Okay. So lots of cool value, lots of great courses. If you are interested in private coaching, you can book that here. If you want to apply to be a freelancer, we are an agency. Not only can you use us for your clients, but if you are, you're learning, or maybe you've never had a client before and you'd rather us do all that for you, this is part of doing what you love. Okay. So you may love to be an agency and getting the client work and all of that, but you can't, you need a team to outsource to. So we can be that team, but maybe you're just like, I don't want to deal with clients. I just want to create websites. Or I just want to create chatbots. You can be a freelancer. You can actually earn income while you're learning. Okay. So once you learn and you're earning income, then you can build your business, whatever you're passionate about. But this will sustain you in the learning process. So the cool thing is when you apply, you can, say all of the tools that you are familiar with, all of them or one of them, what your level is, some examples of your work, additional information. But as you learn, you may want to update your skills. So all you have to do is come here, enter your email address, click here to update your skills on your freelancer profile, and then you can update any of the information here. So whether you want to uncheck a box or check a new box or update your skills, you can do that. I also have for you, there's an affiliate program. So if you want to become an affiliate for any of our services or products, you can do that here. Also, if you want to check the events calendar for any of our training to make sure that you don't miss it, or add to your Google Calendar so you get notifications, you can do that here. I've also added a Builderall resource page for any of the Builderall specific training. Also, getting started with Builderall, affiliate resources, 200 things you can do with Builderall because there's so many options. Sometimes it's really overwhelming. Access to the knowledge base for tutorials. There's a glossary. So if there's some terminology you're unfamiliar with, this is a great resource as well. And also, you can check out the information of physical products and network marketing training. I also added here the Rapid Profit Machine. I'm going to be adding some more resources for that because I had such great results. And again, I'm going to really break it down to you tomorrow. We'll talk more about that. But I'm going to be adding some more resources because I know a lot of you are members of the RPM. And so I, just like with Builderall, I want to provide those resources and this be, a one-stop shop place for all of you to have everything in the same spot. All right. So that's the gist of what we have available for you inside the training program. So let's actually get into today's training and start talking about creating a professional email address. But I do want to go back to the live page here, and I want to make sure that I can see any of your comments. But I do want to go back to the live page, and let me mute it. Okay, so it looks like Jim is here. Hello, Jim. Hello. Okay, so let me move this to the side. Now, before you create a professional email address, and just to break this down, A professional email address is an email address that's based on a domain. Okay, so if you have a Gmail account, for example, if your email is, like for example, if I had a Gmail account, maybe it's bridgetbartlett@gmail.com. That would be Gmail. But if I have a professional email address, it would be like info@bridgetbartlett.com. Right? So that is a professional email address, and that is very important. That really positions you as a business rather than just a person. Okay. So to get access to your professional email or your custom emails, all you have to do is go to the apps section here and you'll see where it says custom emails. So when you click here, you'll see all of your domains that show up. Okay. So you have to, when you purchase a domain, if you purchase it outside of Builderall, you have to change the name servers. Okay. And if there's anything that I'm talking about here that you don't understand, all you need to do is click here in the new knowledge base. And there's tons of training. I also have tons of training inside of our e-learning about changing name servers and all of that stuff. Okay. It's actually a lot less complicated than it sounds. Once you have changed the name servers to point to Builderall, or you have purchased a domain inside of Builderall, here, this is very, very important. It will not show up anywhere unless you have it connected to a website, okay? So whether you have a website already or not, it doesn't even matter. Just go to any random website and make sure that your domain is connected, okay? So how do you connect a domain? You go to click the three dots on any website, and you go to, it would say, well, let me find one that a domain is not connected to. So you would click here for connect domain, and then you just type in the domain name. Okay. So if I wanted to connect this to bridgetbartlett.com, I would just type in bridgetbartlett.com. And as soon as I click next, it'll say, make sure that you change the name servers to point to Builderall. Once you do this, it will take 24 to 48 hours for it to propagate, which means it will be connected, the SSL will be active, it'll be secure, all of that. Okay. So no matter what you do, make sure that your domain is connected to a website. It's really important because I get that question a lot. And we as a community get that a lot because you change the name servers and then you think that the domain's going to appear somewhere, and that's not how it works. It really has to be connected for it to be actually on the platform. So once you have your domain pointed to Builderall and connected to a website, you'll see the domain appear here, and you'll also see it here in the DNS manager. Okay. But again, it needs to be connected for it to show up in those places. You don't really need to deal with this here. All you need to do is worry about the professional email. So here are the domains that I have connected to my account. If I want to create a new email address, I need to choose the domain I want to create the email with. Okay, so I'm going to click create email. Now, I have chosen the domain visionmarketingtools.com. So I can create any email address that I want to. So a lot of times, like in local business, they'll do like their first initial and last name, and then they'll have the domain name of their business. For example, if I had, for my agency, for example, visionmarketinganddesign.com, my project manager, her name is Lindsay Scott. So it's L Scott at Vision Marketing and Design. visionmarketinganddesign.com. So what you would need to do if you're doing this for the client is create, the email addresses, and you can do unlimited. Okay. So you can create unlimited professional emails. If you're using something else, chances are you get a very small limit and then you have to pay for more. But with Builderall, we can do unlimited. So I could do maybe support at visionmarketingtools.com. I could do info at visionmarketingtools.com. I could do B Bartlett at Vision. I could do unlimited, right? So once you create your email address and decide what you want to be the first part here, all you need to do is add a password. So let's say my password is, let's say team123. Okay, and it does need to be at least 70 to be active. So we'll say team123. Looks like Maria says, I just sent a new professional email yesterday. So cool, you're going over that. Oh, great minds think alike. Love to learn how when to transfer a domain and connect it if not purchased to BA. Maria, there are, let's just do this. Let me see if I can actually log in here, because I actually have some domains here on Bluehost, because that's where it's not because it's the best one, but it's because that's where I started. And so, when you purchase one plan and then it's like, oh, now I need my second, my second domain, and then now I need my third one, and it's like you just keep adding, adding, adding. Okay, so if this was Bluehost, now they're all different, but wherever you go, you need to make sure that you are going to where it is the manager, right? So I'm going to go to my domains, and you'll see all of these domains have a place where it says manage. All right. So if I go to Vision Marketing Tools, this is where my domain is. You go to DNS, and then here is where you want to change the name servers. So these are the Builderall name servers. Okay. So that's all you need to do is change that and click save. Now, everything that has to do with this domain is going to be pointed to Builderall. But like I said, you have to connect it to something on Builderall for it to show up. Okay. So you change the name servers first. You go to Builderall, you connect it to a website, and then it will appear and you'll be able to work with it. Okay, so that's just a real quick lesson, but like I said, there are additional trainings inside there. So if we want to create this email address, we can, create the first part there, and then we can add the password and then click create. Now, again, it will take maybe 24 to 48 hours for this email address to start working. Okay. So that means that you may be able to send an email from it, but it may not deliver, or vice versa. You may be able to send an email to it, but it may not deliver and it'll bounce. So if that happens, make sure that you just wait the 24 to 48 hours. It usually doesn't take that long. But if you see that problem, that's why. Okay, so just wait that time. If it still doesn't work for some reason, definitely contact support. So now we have these 3 professional email addresses on this domain. Okay, so I'm going to go to view email list. And let's go ahead and just choose these. All right, so now when I'm here in the list, you'll see that here is where I can make some changes. Okay, so I can change the password by clicking here. So if you're managing this for a client, you need to, best practice would be to create a password that is specific to them and then hand it off to them. Or they can give you a password if they prefer, but then you have all the, the communication and all that stuff. So I would just give them a password, just create some password and then give that to them if you're creating professional emails for a client. If you want to forward the email address, you can click configure. And when you do this, though, what's going to happen is you're going to say, I want all of the emails that go to info@visionmarketingtools.com. Keep in mind, it is housed on Builderall. Okay, so any emails right now at this point being sent to and from info@visionmarketingtools.com is going to be going to Builderall. It's going to be inside Rainloop that I'm going to show you in just a second, which is the webmail. And so what we could do right now with this is we could actually say, hey, when info@visionmarketingtools.com receives an email, I want you to automatically forward it to whatever email address I want it to go to. If you click here, that will save a copy inside of the Builderall email, which is Rainloop. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I actually like to do something different. I like to send it to Gmail, but I configured Gmail so that when I send, like, for example, if I get an email that says consulting@visionmarketinganddesign.com, that's my email address. If I receive an email from that and I reply, I want to be able to reply as consulting@visionmarketinganddesign.com. So if you don't know how to do that, again, you can go up here. I actually did the training in the knowledge base. Just type in Gmail or email or any of that, and you'll see you can transfer. You can do that with just an email app on your phone or Android, iPhone. You have lots of options, and it's literally, I even did screenshots and step-by-step instructions to show you how to do that. But when you configure this, all this is doing is just forwarding. Okay, so it all depends on how you, what your function is and how you need your business set up, but changing this will only make it forward. Okay, so if I did want to do that, and let's say I did not want to keep an original copy there, I would just need to uncheck that box, and then I could click create, and then I need to enter the email address that I want the info@visionmarketingtools.com email to be forwarded to. Okay, so I could say I want this all going to my Gmail account, and then I'd enter my Gmail there, and then it would forward that. Okay, you can also create an alias. So if you don't want it to be called Vision Marketing or info@visionmarketingtools.com, you could change the name of that. So let's say we're not worried about this right now. Okay, we want to house everything inside of Builderall. So I'm going to go back to my email list. Okay, so we talked about forwarding, changing the password, how to create them. Now let's actually access this. Okay, so this is how you're going to access our email address we just created, support@visionmarketingtools.com. So you want to click here. Now, something else I want you to notice, when you click here, you'll see up in the URL, hopefully you guys can see it. Let me minimize this a little bit so you can see, because I know I have that banner running. Up here in the URL, you'll see that it says https://webmail.visionmarketingtools.com. Any professional email address that you have, it's going to be webmail dot whatever the domain is. Okay, and that's really important. If you're doing a client, like for example, I have a client, Indie Scripts Pharmacy. Their domain is indiescripts.com. Okay, so if it is indiescripts.com, it's going to be webmail.indiescripts.com, right? Excuse me. If I have maybe Cindy, maybe it's C Smith at indiescripts.com or L Atem at indiescripts.com. It's all going to be accessible through this link. Okay, all of the email addresses that you create. So if you're giving this to a client and you want to say, what I like to do is when I create the professional email addresses, I will send them this link and the user passwords and all of that. And then I will also go and send them, I'll go to the knowledge base and I'll type in Gmail. So I'll type in Gmail here. And I will send them a link to the knowledge base, and I will say, here's some training on how to create your, put your professional email address with Gmail. Here's how to send it to Android, and here's how to send it to iPhone. So I will send them those configuration training emails, or the training that Builderall has already created, so that they can not have to necessarily access it through this link. Okay, but this is a great way to, it's basically like they have their own email address website, right? Their own email website. So let's go ahead and log in here. Now I want to log in with our email address that we just created. So I'm going to say support@visionmarketingtools.com, and then we'll enter our password here and enter. Okay, so now we have our email. Okay, so this is Rainloop. This is where you're going to check your email addresses. Okay, so up to this point, we've created our email, and this is going to be the only place that we will be able to use or check our emails. Okay, this is the place. It's going to be webmail dot whatever your domain is. Up here, you'll see if you click the little person icon, you can add an account. Okay, you can add any account that is on this domain. So I could add, if we go back here, I could add Bridget at visionmarketingtools.com. So let's go ahead and go back there, and we'll just say Bridget at visionmarketingtools.com. And we will go ahead, and I think I remember this password, and we'll add. Okay, so it looks like I can't remember the password, but when you do remember the password, you can, all you have to do to add accounts is to just click there to add account. And then you can switch in between each account. Okay, so that's definitely helpful. If you go to settings, you'll see here you can change the identity. So maybe I just wanted this to be called support instead of the long email address. And then here is where I can also set my, if I want to add a signature. Okay, so this is definitely important because you definitely want to add a signature to your emails because it will not only save you time, but it's professional and all that. So I could say, Bridget Bartlett. We could just do, you know how they do the president. Probably spell it right too, president. And then we'll put vision, marketing, and design, LLC. And then maybe we could put our phone number. So what is my phone number? Let me Google it because I don't know it by heart. So we'll go there. And we'll look at the top because it says, actually, it doesn't have it there. So let me go home. Okay, so I'm logged in, so it won't let me see. So let's just Google here. Vision, marketing, and design. Okay, and so here is my phone number. So we'll just copy and let's go back here. So we'll add the phone number. And I guess you could add like images or some HTML or things like that that you wanted to. Like maybe we want this to be bold. Maybe we want a different font, so we could choose maybe Lato. Let's see if they have Lato as an option. Let's say we like that one. Yeah, if you want to add your image here, you can also do tables, and this is really, really cool. If you do tables, this allows you to put like maybe your profile image here, and then this information, and then this keeps it lined up correctly. You'll see, so as you move around, I actually did a whole training here using a Google Doc. And then what I did was I just copied, so let's see, you could do this here. So what I did was I just, oh, that was weird. Um, I just copied from my Google Doc to my signature, but Rainloop actually allows you to add the table there. So I'm just going to actually delete all of this stuff because I did that table funky. But so you have lots of options here, okay, for creating your email signature. So we're going to just go ahead and change the name of this to support so that we can keep track. You can also set a reply to email, or you can CC someone. So that's really important too. A lot of times, I don't know if you know this, but you can actually, every cell phone carrier has an email address for, like Verizon is whatever your phone number is at vtext.com. You could actually put that email address here, and then every time you get a support email, you know, if you, especially if that's something that's like high urgency you need to address, you could put that email there, and then every time you got a support email, it would send you a text message. Okay. So let's go ahead, and I am just going to type my name here. That way you guys can see what the signature looks like. So we'll go ahead and update, and let me get out of that. You can also set your, you know, different settings here. If you wanted to use, you know, default text editor, HTML, or you wanted to use plain, how many messages on a screen, always display external messages, or display checkboxes and lists. You want to use threads or place replies in a folder. Just whatever option. Again, it's all up to you and your business structure. You can also create a sound. So like that. So if you have a new message, you want to be notified, you can choose that. You can also choose here to have a new message. It'll pop up in your browser if you want to do that. You can also click here to access any of your contacts that you have in your book. Also, any accounts and identities like that we talked about here that you can add. Obviously, your security. So if you want to log out automatically in 2 hours, you can choose that. You want to change your password, you can do that here. So that is beneficial for clients because you can set the password, but then they can change their password to whatever. So even if you give them some crazy password like this, which was just a bunch of letters, then they could change it without having to contact you. So that's really cool. You can also set folders. So if you want to organize, which I love to do, like a client folder, a prospects folder, a folder to send to my project manager, or a folder for freelancers. I love to organize different things. And you can also choose different themes. So whatever, piques your interest there. So that's basically the gist of that. You can also click here to access some of your settings as well. You can minimize that. So lots of really cool things. And here is where you can add folders as well. Okay. So obviously here's your sent folder, your drafts. So it's just like any other professional email host. If you choose to do it through Rainloop as opposed to sending all of your emails and configuring it to go to Gmail or whatever your preferred option is. Okay, so that is professional email address. You can also check out the mobile version here if you really wanted to. I don't know. I don't know a benefit for that, but it is cool to have that option. Okay, guys. So once you have your professional email addresses created, the next step is going to be to go to Mailing Boss and verify the email address. Okay, so it's not a complicated process. Let me stop sharing. It's not a complicated process, but it is a few more steps, and I don't want to keep you guys here too long. So we'll definitely talk about that tomorrow. If you're not a Builderall member yet, definitely go to visionmarketinganddesign.com and click the apply. Start your 30-day trial. Go ahead and join the team. I have tons and tons of training for you. And like I said, tomorrow we're going to talk more about solo ads, the RPM, and really all of the tips and things that I learned to get crazy opt-in rates. Okay, so email is the theme of the week. Lots of questions about email. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm just going to literally walk you through the steps of how to make sure that you have a good reputation, a professional email address, and then if you do choose to do solo ads or any type of advertising, even if you're prospecting for clients, you need to make sure that that email reputation is good, because there's no point in doing all the work to prospect for a client if your email lands in the spam folder or the promotions folder, or they just never get it. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Just wanted to make sure that I don't see any questions in here. I don't think so. Maria says, great, thanks. Maria says, could I use my first name? Maria, you could use any name that you want to before the domain. You could use your first name. But I do think, though, professionally, if I was to see an email address, because I had Bridget there as a just testing, but if I was a customer and I saw Maria at whateverbusiness.com, I would think, oh, they only have one Maria? That must be a really small company. That's instantly what I would think. So what I like to do is do the first initial and last name, because that's really like the company standard. So even if you are the only employee, using your first initial last name is, in my opinion, just more professional. But of course, you could create it to be whatever you wanted to. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you tomorrow for more email training, because like I said, that's the theme of the week. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.